Welcome. Today we are gonna discuss some questions from this paper, a grade 9 second term test. And let's see. Okay, the first question is, as you can see, write 435.8 in scientific notation. Okay, let's get to our board and see how we can write this one in scientific notation. Okay. So this is our first question. Okay, the size is too much. We want to write 435.8 in scientific notation. So the scientific notation is 1 is like this. N is if n is an integer, then n or p into 10 to the power whatever the value x. So n is an integer and these are also integers. We need to write it like this. So this is the scientific notation, and so let's see how we can write this one, this now. And the trick for this kind of questions is when you write the scientific notation, you first need to identify where the decimal point is. Okay, let's get to some tricks here. So here the decimal point is here, this one, and we move the decimal point one number forward. When we do that, we can write this one as 43.58 multiplied by 10 to the power 1. So every time we move forward the decimal number, we need to add 10 to the power 1. Okay, so similarly, we move this one here, 4.358. We already have 10 to the power 1, and we add another 10 to the power 1, that means 10 to the power 2. So this is the scientific notation for that one. Okay, let's get to the second question. Second question is asking to find the selling price. The worth of the item is 2,500 and the profit margin is 20%. Okay, for the second question, let's select this color and number 2. Okay, I'll write cost, that is the item price. Item worth is 2,500 rupees. It's better write the rupees in front of the number. And profit margin is 20%. Now, how we can derive the selling price of this item? So selling price is C equal to cost plus profit. The profit can be written as cost into the profit margin. Okay, now what is the cost is 2,500 plus this profit. Cost 2,500 into the profit margin, 20 out of 100, 20%. So we can trade off this 0 for this 0 and this 0 for this 0, and we get the answer 2,500 plus 250. So the selling price is rupees 2,750. The third question is, based on the information given in the figure, find the value of x. This is a very interesting question. Let's see how we can figure this thing out. Okay, number 3. So here we had a diagram, and diagram is like this. Here it's x, here it's x. This is 8 degrees. Now the theory part here is, you should already know this, the angle around a point. So the total angle around the point is 360 degrees. So here it is a point, and this is the angle around the point. Okay, now for this one we should be able to write an equation. So the equation is x plus 80 equals 360. Now that if we simplify this one, 2x plus 80 equals 360, and take the 80 to this side, then 2x equals 360 minus 80, and this is 360 minus 80 is 280, 2x, come on, 2, to get rid of 2 we divided the both sides by 2, x is equal to 140. Okay, simplify these halves. Okay. Let's see how we can simplify this thing. So it's the first half is 3 out of 4 minus 5 out of 6 plus 1 out of 3. Now let's go up. So here we need to figure out what is the smallest common multiplier of 4, 6, 3, because to simplify these halves we need to make the denominator same in all the halves. For that one, let's figure out how we can calculate or figure out the smallest common multiplier of 4, 6 and 3. Smallest common multiplier of 4, 6, 3. Now, as you can see, the smallest common multiplier you can figure out if we multiply 4 by 3 we get 12, and we can divide 12 by 6. Divide 12 by 6 is equals to 2. So in this case 12 is divisible from 4, 6 and 3, and this is the smallest number that is divisible by all these numbers. Therefore the smallest common divisor of 4, 6, 3 is 12. Okay, now let's get back to the question. Now we can write this one like this. 12, to make the denominator 12 we need to multiply it by 3, so we should the same to the numerator, then minus. So to make the denominator 12 we need to multiply by 2, so we do the same to the numerator, plus it's the same, 3 into 4 is 12, 1 into 4. Now we can take everything under one number like this, and here we get 9 minus 10 plus 4, and it will be equal to 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 minus 10 is 3, 12 equals, because 12 is divisible by 3, and when we divide both numerator and denominator by 3, from the top we get 1, the bottom we get 4. So this is the simplified version of these halves. Cool. Okay, now we have another question, number 5. Expand and simplify the product of binomial expression. Okay, expand and simplify the product of binomial expression. This is also a very easy one. Let's see how we can do this. Let's move the board a little bit up. Let's pick a color. I think this one is good. Number 5. So we have this binomial expression, x minus 2, x plus 3, if I remember correctly. Let's check it again. Yes, exactly. Okay, now how we expand this one. It's interesting. So how we expand it? We multiply x by x. That means x squared. Then again we multiply x by 3. Now we get plus, because the plus, x is plus, positive, and 3 is also positive. And then we get 3x. Now minus 2 into x, we get minus 2x Similarly, 2 into 3, here it's the minus sign, here it's plus. Minus into plus is minus. 2 into 3 is 6. And the simplified version is x squared. So here plus 3x minus 2x is x. Yes. Minus 6. Simple. Okay, the number 6. The sixth question is round off 19.97 to the nearest first decimal place. Okay, let's see. Now the number 6 is let's say number 6 is 19.97. So round off to the, let's see, round off to the first decimal number. Rounding off to the first decimal number. So here the first decimal number is this one. Rounding off means we round off all the other numbers that is after this one to this one. For that we need to do one by one. Here it's easy. There is only one number after the first decimal number. Therefore, we just need to round this off. So what happens when we round 7? The theory part is if we round off 5, when we round off from, let's say, it's not matter, 0 to 4, we round off to 0. So that means to the next position we don't bring any values. But from 5 to 9, rounding off means so we bring 1 to the next place. So here 5 to 9, rounding off is 10 because that's why we need to bring 1 to the next place. So here rounding off means 7, rounding off means it will be 10. 10 means we need to bring 1 here. In that case, here there will be 1. So 1 plus 9 is again 10. So 0. So we bring the 1 here again. So here also we have to say plus 1 9 is 0. Then there is again another 1 here. 1 plus 1, 2. So this is the answer. Let's write this one correctly. Okay. Next question. Find the 10th term of the number pattern with general term Tn 7 minus 5. This is again a very easy one. So the number 7. The pattern is Tn equals 7 and minus 5. So we want the 10th term. 10th term is n equals to 10. Easy peasy. So T10 equals 7 into 10 minus 5 equals 70 minus 5 equals 65. Simple as that. Okay, let's go to number 8. Number 8 is find the value of 5m minus n when m equals 4 and n equals minus 3. So this one is also very straightforward. 5m minus n. We want to find the value of 5m minus n when m equals 4 and n equals minus 3. 5 into 4 minus n equals minus 3. It's really important to put these parentheses, otherwise you will be confused with these finalizing with the signs. So signs also get multiplied kind of way. 5 into 4 minus into minus is plus 3, and the order of the operations that happen is first we do the multiplication. 20 plus 3 equals 23. It's a very straightforward question. Shouldn't waste much time doing this in the exam. Make the subject of the formula P. Okay, make A the subject of the formula. Okay, let's clean the board a bit. Number 9 is let's select another color. Let's go yellow. Number 9 is, let's say it is the formula P equals AT over A minus T. In this one, we want to make A the subject. So basically, see, here the P is the subject. Now we want to make A the subject. How we can do this? It's easy. This is an equation. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna multiply both sides by A minus T equals AT, A minus T, and A minus T. Here you can get rid of this one to this one, but here there is a trick. When you come to do, when you are doing A levels or in the university, you should mention to do this A is not equal to T. Otherwise, A minus, if A is equal to T, this will be 0, this will be 0, and 0 divided by 0 has no meaning. Anyways, that's just advanced stuff. You just don't need to remember it in this case. Anyhow, okay, now we have PA minus T equals AT. Now we have A in two different places. Let's expand this part here. If I expand this part here, I get PA minus PT equals AT. Okay, now we have two terms with A. What we need to do is bring these two terms into one side of the equations. So I'm going to bring AT here. How I can bring AT here? I need to do minus AT and minus AT plus, like this. So if I have space, I'll do it here. Just write minus AT. Otherwise, you can do it like this as well. Now we have PA minus AT minus PT equals 0. This part does not have A in its content, so we can take this part here. So similar to what I did at the above, we can bring minus PT to this side. So when we bring minus PT to this side, we should add plus PT to both sides. Adding plus PT to both sides means this minus PT and this side's plus PT cancels out, and here in this side you get PT. Basically, we just bring this one and then minus turns into plus, like this. PA minus AT equals PT. Now you can see A is common here, so you can take A out. Now you get P minus T equals PT. Now you want to make A the subject, then you bring P minus T here. Something similar to what we did. You just divide this side with P minus T and divide this side with P minus T. So we get A equals PT over P minus T. You don't need to all the steps here. For an example, this part is extraneous, you don't need that one. You can directly write this one. You can say, okay, I will bring A minus T here, this one, and then you don't need to do this part as well, write this step. You can just simply say PA minus PT, then you just bring minus AT here with PA minus T, and in the same step you can do like this. For example, you can, after this one, you can directly write PA minus AT equals PT. You can do the math correctly. If you cannot do the math right, then just write those steps, it will be easier. Next question. The price of 4 meters of white color cloth is 1,300. If the price of 7 of white color cloth is X, conduct the direct proportion and find the value of X. Okay, I have given the price of 4 meters and price of 7 meters is X. They ask us to find X, and this should be easy as well. Okay, let's clear the board a bit. So question number is Number 10, 4 meters, 1300, and 7 meters. We need to find x. Okay, here you can directly write x is equal to what? Okay, let's do it like this rather than writing it in one shot. Let's go and write this way. So 1 meter, from this one we can figure out price of 1 meter is equal to 1300 divided by 4. Therefore, price of 7 meter, we have the 1 meter price of 7 meter is equal to x. X is equal to price of 1 meter, 4. 1300 divided by 4 into 7. Now just simplify this one and you have your x. Let's go and simplify. 1000 divided by 4 is 250. 300 divided by 4 is 75. 250 plus 75 is 325 into 7. And now 7 into 5 is 35. 3, we have 3 remaining. Then 2 into 7 is 14, plus 3 is 17. We have 1 remaining. 3 into 7 is 21, 22. Okay, I'm really bad with multiplication. Okay, now we have another interesting thing. Number 11, find the value of x. Okay, let's see how we can do this one. Number 11. Let's write it like this. So we have parallel lines, 2 parallel lines, and then x is like this. X 80. Okay, now here you need to know the theory part. Summation of, so these are 2 parallel lines and this is the internal angles of 2 parallel lines. The summation of these 2 is equal to 180. Therefore we can write x plus 80% equals 180. Now how you know this? You need to know this from the theory class. I'll try to create some videos for these theories as well, but these things should be known. These are the things that you need to study, and practice doing questions make you remember these stuff. Otherwise you forget. That's why I'm helping you with this. 2x plus 80 equals 180. 2x 180 minus 80. X is equal to 100 divided by 2. 50. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, the number 12 is find the capacity of a cuboid shaped tank of length 12 meter with 1 meter and height 1 meter in liters. Find the capacity of cuboid shaped tank of length 2 meters with 1 meter and height 1 meter in liters. Okay, so to find the volume. These are very straightforward things. Say we have a cuboid. Let's try to draw something. Okay. 2 1 1. 2 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. Okay. Volume is width and height. Here length is 2, width is 1, height is 1, and when we multiply m, we get m squared, cubic meters. Here it's 2 cubic meters. and we know that 1 cubic meter equals 1 liter. How is it? It's also, you can derive from this. If you remember this one, 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter. Okay. Centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Okay, write it here. 1 m equals 100 cm. Now 1 cm, 1 centimeter equals to 1 out of 100 meters. And if we substitute this one to centimeters, here we get 1 out of 100 into the power 3 cubic meters, 1 milliliter. Now here 100 means 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2 into 3 is 10 to the power 6 meters, 1 milliliter. And here it implies 1 cubic meter is equal to into the 6 to the power milliliters. Okay, our this one is wrong. Now if I substitute this one here, what we have figured out, instead of cubic meters we can write 1 into 10 to the power 6 milliliters. So 10 to the power 6 means we can write 2 into 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 milliliters. 10 to the power 3 milliliters is 1 liter. Why? 1000 milliliters equals 1 liter. So we can write it 10 to the power 3 milliliters equals 1 liter. So normal in scientific notation you write like this. Then this becomes 1 liter. Then it is 2 into 10 to the power 3 liters. 2000 liters. Okay, let's see the next question. We have to solve this equation. It's pretty straightforward. Let's go and do that. 2x minus 3 equals 5. Number 13. 2x minus 3 equals 5. Write it like this. 2x equals 5 plus 3. You can bring this minus 3 to this side, then it becomes plus 3. Okay, so how we do it? If I remind you, I add plus 3 here, plus 3 here. That's how it becomes like this. Now we have 2x equals 8 and x equals 4. Both sides divided by 2. Divided by 2. And x equals 4. Okay, cool. Let's go to the number 14. We're almost there. Factorize a to the power 3, b to the power 3 minus ab. This is interesting. Not difficult, interesting. 3b to the power 3 minus ab. Now I can write this one like this. ab, then a to the power 2, b to the power 2 minus ab. Now what I have, okay, how I did this one is like this. Let's go with purple. Now a to the power 3 means you can write it a to the power 2. b to the power 3 we can write b to the power 2. Okay, you should know that. Then minus ab. Here I take, here we have ab, so I take the ab out. Here also we have ab, that's why I take the ab out. Then what remains is a squared b squared minus 1. Okay, let's write it here. Otherwise you will get confused. Take the ab out, squared minus 1. Okay, 1 is equals to 1 squared, so there's no difference. Therefore, I'm going to write it here. Now you see here ab squared minus 1 squared. Now you should remember how we can factorize this one. If we have two terms like these, so this is similar to this one, x squared minus y squared. We can write it x plus y and x minus y. So same applies here. ab minus 1, ab plus 1. So this is the factorization. I think, yeah, we can't do anything else here. ab minus 1, ab plus 1. I'm writing this one for the clarity. Let's delete this note. I'll delete this one as well because we write it here. Okay, now it should be clear to you guys. This is the factorization of the given expression. Let's see what we have next. Okay, find the value of x and y. This is interesting. I like this kind of questions. I guess you also like this kind of questions. And I'll go to the next page and number 15. Let's pick another color. Let's go with this one. Number 15. Let's go back to the question. Find x and y. We have y here, y here, y here, x. Okay. We have y here, x, and 130. Now, what we can do here? First, if you look at this one, from here we can find x because this is a straight line and we have line here. Summation of angles around the point on a straight line is 120. So this is not 120, 180. So we can write x plus 130 equals 180. X equals 180 minus 130. So is equal to 50. Okay. The second part is the summation of internal angles of a triangle. You should know that the summation is 180. So we can write y plus x is equals to 180. Now y plus y is 2y plus we already know the x's value is 50 and 180. Now 2y equals 180 minus 50. So we divided both sides by 2 and can cancel this out, and y equals 180 minus 50 is 130. 130 divided by 2, 130 equals 65. So here is the answer, and here is the answer. Next question. The order in which the keys of a calculator need to be pressed to express. Okay. 2 out of 7 as a percentage shows below. Okay, here we are talking about a scientific calculator. So in a scientific calculator, it preserves the order of the operators. It follows or honor, yeah, the word is honor the order of the operators. Therefore, what we need to do is multiply by 100. Let's see how we can. Let's try to understand this. So what we have here is how to represent 2 as a percentage is we need to multiply it by 100%. So this is how you represent a half in a percentage. Now in the calculator, you first press 2, then the divided by 7, then multiply, because now you have the answer for this one, 10, not 10, 100. you do it. Find the value of x. Okay, let's find the value of x from 17. Let's pick the value of x from 17. Now we have a right angled triangle. This one is right angle. Let's see what are the values. 12 and 13. Here it's 12 centimeters. Here it's 13 centimeters. We need to find the x. From the Pythagoras, when you see right angle triangle, the first thing that pops into your mind should be Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. From Pythagoras theorem, you get 12 squared plus x squared equals 13 squares. The square root of the two sides is equal to the square root of the summation of the square root of the two sides is equal to the square root of the diagonal. Now what we have is, if you want to find is x, so we keep x squared this side and bring this 12 to this side. Okay, one way you can do it is you just expand 13 squared and then 12 squared, and then you calculate the value and then subtract. But I'm not going to do that because I can see a pattern here. Not a pattern, I can factorize this one so that I can easily calculate the value. This is also classic a squared minus b squared factorization, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, going back to the original color. Here also I get 13 minus 12, 13 plus 12. Okay, 13 minus 12 is 1, so 1 into 12 plus 13 is 25. Now this is the squared, x squared. You should see that to get the value of the x, we need to find the root of 25. And you know that you can write 25 like this, 5 squared, so x is equal to 5 centimeters. Okay, number 18, we're almost done, 3 more questions to go. Number 18 is simplify this one. Okay, let's simplify. Cool. The value 11010. Number 18 010. Yes, 1010 1110 1101. Okay, 1101. You can write it like this. Remember to align the values from the right now, and you should remember that this is in base 2. Now how we can do the subtraction here? So you can subtract 1 from 0, so you need to ask from your next value, so you bring it here. Now when you bring it here, because this is base 2, it will be 2, because similar to let's say 5 6 7 8 1, something like, when we do something like this, you can't subtract 8 from 7 because 8 is greater than 7. You bring 1 here. What happens is here it becomes 5, and when this 1 comes here, it becomes 10 because this is base 10. Similarly, you bring 1 here, this becomes 2, and this becomes 0. Subtract 1 from 2 is 1, and here again 0, 0 subtracted by 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. Now here we also have the same problem. We bring 2, and it becomes 0. 2 minus 1, 1, 0. Then we bring 2 here. What? We have nothing here. Then 2 minus 1, 1, and base 2. That is how you do it. Okay. After traveling 5 out of 8 of a journey, the remaining distance to travel was 12 kilometers. Find the total distance of the journey. Okay, Let's go back. Now we should draw a diagram for this one. Let's go and try to draw a diagram for this one. 90. So let's say this is the entire distance to go. We need to go from A to B. Let's see what they're asking us to do. A person travels 5 out of 8 portion of a journey, and once he does that, the remaining distance to the travel is 12 kilometers. Okay, let's say he reaches here, point C, and the remaining distance to reach B is 12 kilometers. Okay. Now let's say the entire distance is X, my favorite English letter in the alphabet. Now it says this here from A to C, it's 5 out of 8 from X. This is the portion, like this is 5 out of 8 out of the entire distance, that is X. That's why you can write this one. You can, I think we need to find the X, find the total distance of the, we need to find the X. Now we need to find X. Okay, to find X, we need to understand what is the remaining portion that he needs to travel. He needs to travel, if the entire one is 1, he needs to travel 1 minus 5 out of 8 portion. So if you simplify this one, it's 8 minus 5, 8, that means 3. So we can write the distance of this part here, 3 out of 8 into X with X. Now we have a nice, we can build a nice equation here. What is the equation? 3 out of 8 X equals 12 kilometers. Implies X equals 12 into 8 divided by 3. I'm super lazy like this, and we get X is equal to 4 into 8, 32 kilometers. That's how you build from a question and simplify it and try to understand it and then find the solution. Okay, the last question from part 1. 20. In the given diagram, AB and CD are parallel straight lines. Okay, first find the right an angle equal to the sum of the magnitudes of angles x plus y. X plus y. Okay, now you need to write an equation for this one. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see. Write a pair of angle whose sum is 180. Okay, let's go back to our board and draw this diagram. 20. Now we have 2 parallel lines. So they're parallel, and now we have like a triangle-like thing. Then what are the values? R, X, Y. This one is R, this is X, this is Y, and S and Z and C. Okay, now let's write the equations. First, number 1 is write an angle equal to sum of the magnitudes of x and y. So x plus y and z. Why? It's also a theory where if there are 2 parallel lines and then there is another straight line intersecting both the parallel lines, the opposite angles are equal. I don't know if it is the right, exactly the right right word. Let's go with that one for now. So basically this one is equal to this one, and then number 2 is equal, write a pair of angles whose sum is 180. Pair of angles whose sum is 180. Okay, it's easy. Now we have done this one earlier as well. So here this is a point, this angle is around the point on a straight line, so we can write number 2 S plus C equals 180. They don't ask anything else. It's easy. So this is how I write Z sometimes. Okay, I think we finished the first part, and let's meet on the second part. Till then, bye bye.